Hello everybody, welcome back to Sister. Are you loving the look, darling? I'm coming in fierce with blue in honor of my son, Adrian. Alright guys, welcome back to Sister. A lot of you have been sending me all kinds of messages, all kinds of emails telling me, Fumi, my darling sister, to a sister, give me some advice. This one struck a chord because it kind of sort of happened to me, and I will tell you my story. But first of all, let me read hers. She says, here it is. Dear Fumi, I have been friends with a girl for over 20 years, and with both of us being single, I met a guy who was asking me out. I told my friend about him and introduced them. However, I couldn't meet up with him as I was scheduled to go on holiday. We promised to meet on my return. I was away for 2 weeks, and on coming back, I found out that my friend had started dating him. They were together for 2 years till they broke up. My friend reached out to me after the breakup and we talk now, but to be honest, I do not consider her my friend anymore. I am very reluctant to tell her anything about my life or who I am dating. I can't tell if I have really forgiven her. Do I have a right to feel this way? And what advice would you give? Thank you. Lots of love from da. So darlings, this episode is called what? It is called Girl Code. Before I continue, let me tell you a little story. About 10 years ago, just before I met Ola, I went with a friend of mine to Capri. We went to Italy. It was fabulous. And we traveled to different parts of Italy. Milano, Roma, Capri, Santa Margherita, Portofino. Sensational country. If you ever get the opportunity to go, please do so. Needless to say, we were single girls. We were single girls open to Mr. Right, whatever shade he was. We were not discriminating. Anyway, one wonderful evening, we went out. We did not speak Italian. They did not speak very much English. Needless to say, I did not have a phone with me. Why did I care? I had left the States and I just wanted to have fun in Europe. But my girlfriend had a phone. So this guy came up to me and he wanted my number. He wanted to get in touch with me. He wanted to know how long were we going to be in Milan. He would meet us out in Capri because it was summertime. I gave him my friend's phone number. She was right there with me. So I gave him the number. I said, call her and then we'll communicate. Somewhere down the line, the lack of Italian, the lack of English, and the guys that we were meeting back and forth, it all got kind of jumbled up. And my guy began to talk to my friend, and my friend did not know it was my guy. True tea. And I sat there and I was so happy for her. I was like, this is for you. This is your time. Perhaps us coming out to Italy, this was you to meet this wonderful guy. He called her every day. He called us every day because, of course, we were together. Our last bus stop out before we came back to New York was Roma. So he came to Rome. But I had told my friend, this was just on my principle. I was going to go back to the States at the date that I set out to before we left. I wasn't staying because of another guy. If that guy wanted me, he would have to come all the way to the States. That was how I felt. She felt differently and said, you know what? I'll stay behind. I've got to meet this guy. This could be my chance for me. I'm not missing any opportunities. You do you and I'll do me. I kissed her on both cheeks and I took off and I went back to the States. About 48 hours later, she sent me a text. She sent me a picture and it was my guy. And I was like, damn. Girl code. I loved my friend. I felt for her that she had been brokenhearted. Could I have dated that guy? Absolutely. The guy was serious. The guy was dedicated. He was willing to come to the States. But I couldn't see him anymore. It didn't matter the mess up. The fact was, this was my friend. It wasn't her fault. Was it deliberate? Absolutely not. It was just a big misunderstanding. But I couldn't now go, despite the fact that everybody in the 3-man circle, we knew that it was a me and a him. It was my friend. And I said, you know what? Better will come along. And so he did in the form of Ola. And I have no regrets. I'm a mother and a wife today. And I adore and cherish my family. What is to be will be. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Girl code stands for integrity. Girl code stands for loyalty. How can you introduce your girlfriend to a guy that you like? You go off on holiday, you come back, and guess what? They are comfy cozy, the two of them. Not only her, but also him. But it's much more painful because this is your sister. This is what you would never have done to her. This is your sister, as in, you know what? We might not be blood, but we're just as close as blood. I can introduce you to my man. You will be there when I'm giving birth. Guess what? I'm in jail. Come and bail me out. Guess what? Yes. Guess what? I failed my exams. I need you to go to the lecturer and tell him that you're my sister and you've come on my behalf. Loyalty. Where is the loyalty when you do that? And you see, us girls, that is what breaks us, because when we fall apart, the guys can use us easily. Why? Because there's nobody behind you, because there's nobody standing for you. Because when this guy went over to the friend, she should have said, stop right there, how dare you, so and so is my friend. Who do you think you are? You have no man. As soon as the girlfriend comes, you know what, I'm sorry, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, this guy ain't shit. Swear to God, because he came up to me on the down low when your back was turned, talking about let's get comfy cozy. Of course you're going to be upset. Of course you don't feel good about her. You will never feel good about her. And quiet as it's kept, somewhere deep down inside you're happy that the relationship broke up after the 2 years. Good for you. Karma. And that is also what it is. Karma. What you do unto others will come back onto you. Good, bad, indifferent. It will come back to you 10th time fold. So now girl has lost 2 years of her life. What was the point of dating this guy? What was the lesson learned? You were malicious, you were vindictive, you were greedy, above all you were selfish, and you did not care about your girlfriend. You even had the audacity to be right there when she comes back and say, yeah, what? Bring it. Are we gonna fight? Let's take it outside. Yeah, cash me outside. That is not girl code. That is not what we're supposed to stand for. That is not what I encourage you guys to do. There are so many fish in the sea. You liking him has nothing to do with the loyalty to your girlfriend. Now, let me flip it. If your girlfriend comes to you and says, you know what, Jasmine, I'm not feeling this guy. I know you kind of said that you like him or whatever. Please feel free, because it wasn't that deep between us. You know what I mean? Then go ahead. Even then, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I can't start talking to my girlfriend about the same man that we're sleeping with. What is that? I'm not a sister wife. I'm unique. I want a man that only looks at me and nobody else, and wanted me and nobody else. Because as far as I'm concerned, my crew, my little crew, we're all bosses, we're all divas, we're all ambitious, and we all have integrity. It's like you're dating twins. You know, or triplets or quadruplets. And when I say that, I say the same thing for my sister. You understand me? It's just not possible. So guys, think about what you do, and let me tell you, let me flip it for you. The relationship that this girl had for 2 years, it couldn't have worked. Because you know what? Deep down inside, the guy too said, girl ain't loyal. This girl ain't loyal. She ain't loyal to her friends. How am I sure she'll be loyal to me? And so he's not going to treat her the way he would treat somebody that told him to walk. She could have told him to walk. He might not have liked it, but he would have respected it. He would have said, well, damn. That is the kind of girl that I would like to date. Do you see how it flips? So needless to say, I told this wonderful girl, you know what? Let it go. Your relationship died with this girl the second you found out she was dating this guy. That's it. That's not friends. You can't trust her. So my loves, have integrity, have principle, have ethics. Adrian is being fussy. I gotta go. Alrighty? Love, love. Bye.